Well. Hey. What's up? Who do you think you are?
Damn, dude, that was a hard intro, bro. I was about to throw down some bars or something.
Were you?
Yeah.
Go. What do you got?
No, well, I need the music, dude. Unless you can rewind it and we can just play it all over.
You want?
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think you got him in you. I think you're just saying that.
I guess that's how you find out if I'm a good poker player or not, dog. Am I bluffing or no? Or am I Mac Miller undercover, dog? You know, like, you don't know.
What's that supposed to mean?
That I'm a good rapper, dog. Okay?
You ain't no Mac Miller, that's for sure.
I taught that motherfucker everything he knew.
Are you good at poker?
I'm okay at poker.
Yeah.
Do you like poker? Do you play cards?
It's been a really long time, but yeah, I enjoy them.
How long is a really long time?
I don't know, probably Vegas playing blackjack, but with actual like my friends.
Oh,
and stuff.
dude, don't say don't call Jack that. Come on, bro.
That's not funny, dude. Don't. It's not a good time to make jokes like that. Okay.
Sorry.
We were just talking off mic before it started that I felt like this weird shame from our last episode because I mean, obviously, you know, we're uninformed. We don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Even if things like the whole situation that the whole world's on fire about right now.
Yeah.
We kind of touched over it, and then Biden.
Well, it happened an hour before we recorded.
Yeah.
Dude, so
we kind of.
It was fresh.
Yeah, that like honestly ate at me like all week. I just felt like I felt like such an idiot for things that we said, even being an outsider of things that you were saying, and I was like, God, I don't like being associated with ourselves.
But
you're
why?
lucky you don't have that kind of stuff with you. I don't know. I just feel like there's a better representation, or that's always how it is, though, right?
Yeah.
You put stuff out there, then you.
What
always
did we say last week that bothered you so bad?
No,
what did I say? Because
I just don't think we knew the severity of it before talking about it. Because I think we saw, the white cop with the knee, suffocating a man, and that's all really. Then it was like the word on the street. I don't know. Is that a bad thing to say right now? I don't know.
Dude.
I don't know, man. It was that he resisted arrest. So like there was no footage that he was resisting arrest at all. So, and that cop was just an absolute piece of shit. I mean, he's shot and killed a black guy before. He's done some like police chase that killed 4 people.
Oh,
shot a Native American guy like 15 times or something in one altercation. Just tons and tons of reports against him and just being overall just a piece of shit. That's insane.
Well, then also the 4 cops standing around too.
Yeah.
That could have done something.
Should have done something.
Should have done something.
And they're all caught now. I mean, they're all under custody, right?
I don't know.
Because I know the main guy was. I know the other 3, I believe, are charged. So I don't know. I just felt guilty about it. And then, Biden said the stuff about you ain't black. And then that was our joke that whole episode.
Yeah, that was.
And I was just like, fuck, dude. What a poor timing to have.
Yeah, I guess it was just the accumulation of many things.
Yeah.
Coincidental, factors that we named it the wrong title for that week.
Yes.
We talked poorly. Kind of like we talk poorly about everything, though. Like
for sure,
uneducated, not really knowing, but it's our opinion in a sense. Like I told you how it was definitely wrong, and then we don't get the full picture. We never get the full story on these things. So it's It's tough to go this way or that way, or
But now we have a full story. Like we have a pretty good look on what happened. You know?
It's still. I mean, it's still wrong. It's never changed that.
And I think just on top of that the jogger that was 3 weeks ago, was that in Georgia?
What happened to the jogger?
Those 3 dudes on that pickup truck just shot and killed him, and then they got away with it until the public outcry. Then they got arrested for manslaughter. Even the person filming it got arrested. I think society's getting sick of policing the police. And I think that's the thing that's getting tiring. It's just, thank God for our phones now, even during all these riots, because there's a lot of shitty protesters and people. There's a lot of good ones too. And there's a lot of people on camera showing the police assaulting people, and then also people assaulting. It goes both ways, But luckily there is this footage because even from these protests, there's already police officers getting locked up and getting in trouble for, like, there's one that they ripped out this man and this woman from the car, tased them, just the unlawful force that they've been using on some of these people and pushing, just tear gas. I don't know even where to start. This is one of those things where I feel like on Facebook, because I'm old, that I still use that. I still enjoy using that as social media. I don't know why. I typed out so many things trying to, like, share my voice with, like, how I felt about everything, like multiple things, and then just deleting it, getting rid of it, being like, I don't know if this is my area to talk about, or is it really, am I virtue signaling? Am I just trying to get points? You know, what is this really achieving? Because if I'm in an echo chamber, people are just like, yeah, he said it. Because they say the voice of oppression is the voice that's also silent, right?
Right.
And I'm just like, well, I mean, that's the beauty of this podcast, I guess. We can actually, like, articulate what we want to say, or our thoughts or feelings.
Right, yeah, for sure.
But sometimes it's hard to, like, package them and then blossom to where you want them to end up. With a Facebook or a tweet, you can really boil it down, read it over and over, comb it over. Maybe even send it to some of your friends. Be like, is this social justice? Is this good?
Line or,
yeah, so it just... where do we start, man? Where do we start with the protests and riots and the chaos of the last week?
Well, it's also like the media is just pushing, again, the looters, the rioters.
Which are not the same.
No, well, looters and rioters kind of, it's protesters that aren't the same. Like these peaceful, I'm all for a good protest.
Yes,
you know, I'm all for a good, solid, peaceful protest, dude. But you, and I think you said this we talked throughout the week, and you're like, it just gets lost because one person starts doing something, and then the adrenaline and all the people around them, all the people that want to cause the harm and want to loot and want to riot, even if it's at a peaceful protest, those protesters get
a little
gathered in, like they just get blanket. What's it called? Blanket statement.
Yeah, kind of just mixed in.
Mixed in with the looters and the rioters.
And then looters and rioters are going to, malls that protests aren't even happening. There's no signs being held.
No.
They're just taking advantage of all the police going, to where they think the protests are going to be. So it's just all this spread out bullshit between people then saying, look what these rioters are doing. They're destroying their own neighborhood. And maybe they are, dude. This is when I'm a big conspiracy dude, especially on this right now.
Yeah.
And not necessarily that.
Ooh, I like me some conspiracy.
And not that it was staged that, he was murdered and stuff, because police do that happens. You know, there's a racist divide and everything. For me, it's the agent provocateurs. Do you know anything about this?
What is it? The undercover?
The thing,
and then they're starting the fires.
Yes.
They're the ones setting the bricks out for people to throw and all of that.
So it started with the Wall Street, the 1%, when there's a peaceful protest there for a couple of weeks, and it was getting out of hand, and the police had no way to control it. So there's actual CIA leaked documents of these provocateurs that would go in there, start breaking windows and starting chaos, because as soon as that, as Donald Trump said, once the looting starts, the shooting starts,
Ooh.
Which is just... What I mean,
those are POTUS words.
We're gonna just jump all over the fucking place, but what a time to need a leader that is well spoken and can control the people. Why does it take 3 days to speak on the horrendousness of the situation, as well as your whole fucking country on fire and throwing riots and protests? And there's peaceful protests in London, man, in Toronto. It's beautiful. It's amazing. You're just whoa.
Was it Colorado had a good protest too, where everybody
laying down?
Ground.
Exactly. And there's a lot of those happening in Phoenix and stuff too. I see a lot of my friends live streaming those type of protests. That's not what CNN or Fox News is showing. It's showing these trucks running over people and stuff too. And I mean, there's a lot of people on the right and there's a lot of people on the wrong. I think
both sides are definitely at play.
But
especially right now, both taking advantage, exploiting, George Floyd's death for...
I don't know if it's exploiting. I don't think that's a fair way to say it. Because the thing is, for a protest or a riot, dude, what's the proper way to do it? Because we're complaining about the police that our taxes are paying, that are killing and doing unlawful things that we have to control. We're paying the money for these people. These other people that have been... How many times do you think he's dealt with police in his life? 20, 30? How many times has he been pulled over? How many times are these people that are marching down the street, how many times have they been unwrongfully accused or pushed. And what's the fucking New York thing, the stop and search or whatever with no reason? Like, how long have they've been treated like animals? Then we've been locked up in quarantine in cages for the last, and to our fucking DNA, we are savage animals, dude.
Yeah.
And also, there's something to fucking outcry for and hit the streets.
Yeah, everybody's.
I don't know the right way to do it, man. Is there a right way to do it? People win the Super Bowl or their fucking baseball team wins.
Yeah,
then
and they
San
go
Francisco,
crazy. Yeah.
they're flipping cop cars too.
Right.
I mean, so I think it's unfair in this kind of situation to blame people on how they're using this weird pent up energy. I think the problem is too, there's too many fucking people that it's really easy to look and the message because you can say, oh, they're looting Target, but then there's just as many videos of people protecting a Target.
Right.
And fuck Target. Who cares?
I mean, Target's kind of nice, man.
I like it, dude, but
I like it more than Walmart.
Yeah, or Amazon, loot Amazon.
Yeah, let's loot Amazon.
We should start that. Loot Amazon.
Is that where we're going tonight? I mean, you
Amazon?
sent me a text like maybe Desert Ridge. I don't know. So I'm like, are we still going there?
I drove past Desert Ridge the other day, and there's so many cop cars outside just patrolling. Yeah, but
yeah, it's just I don't know.
Agent provocateurs. I think that's so much of what's happening right now. 100%.
Yeah.
Have you seen like the piles of bricks that people are recording all over different cities?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like they're
construction,
they're just being left out for the protesters or the rioters.
Same way they brought crack into the black neighborhood, same way they bring trucks in and vans and just leave guns.
Yeah, there's been like videos of cops getting caught, like leaving that shit.
And people are videotaping cops breaking windows and then there's also shitty white people, God bless my people, writing Black Lives Matters and vandalizing stuff like this is peacefully protest. What are you doing?
Yeah.
You are making the cause seem worse. Like
it's that. I mean, once one person, starts doing it, it's gonna give the go. It's like a signal. It's like, hey, it's okay to do this. So it's just gonna flood. Everybody's gonna flood and do the same thing, man.
And then some kid who's not as educated or on the situation, just running off that adrenaline we're talking, starts breaking small business windows, starts doing things like that.
They're not even thinking, dude.
I mean, dude, I was 16 or 17. I mean, a lot of these kids are younger,
Yeah.
I had so much anger and I did property damage not protesting just because I thought it was funny.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it doesn't take much to make somebody, like especially a kid or somebody younger, to not realize the severity of destroying this small business, or especially after quarantine for the last 2 months when they're already struggling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Even
they don't think about this. They don't know.
Even like black-owned businesses that,
yeah.
Black Lives Matter, and they're destroying all of that too.
And then there's some of those owners that will say, I understand, it's just these are things. It's not a person's life, But the thing is, the government's always a couple of steps ahead of them. The insurance companies are a couple steps ahead of them. You go martial law, the insurance company doesn't have to pay for shit. So you look at all that stuff, man. Just
and are we going to see martial law? I mean, there was a lot of National Guard deployed here in Phoenix already.
I hate it.
Yeah?
It scares the shit out of me, dude. The militarization of our
There's
police
a curfew?
should scare us.
There's
that
a curfew,
should scare
dude,
us too. After this whole quarantine lockdown bullshit, dude, that 0.02% of people die from this illness. After they were able to enforce that and they saw that it worked, I'm really afraid that this is a thing that's going to become normal. Some lockdown, some curfew. What stops them? And next time, like, let's say 9/11, flashback there, like something like that would happen. What do they do then? Are we in curfew again?
Yeah.
Are we locked down again? Can we not leave the city? It should scare everybody that their city with their fucking Doug Ducey piece of shit or whoever is running their state, that they can make a phone call and have Humvees and tanks and all this shit move in.
I thought we liked Ducey on this thing, man.
Do we?
I thought we liked Ducey.
I don't like him at all. I think he's a piece of shit. How can... With Corona, he was so lax about it and easy and free. Then Fashion Square gets looted, and all of a sudden we have a curfew, and he's strict about that. What do you care about more?
Why do you think it's because everybody was like falling out of the Corona? Like everybody was not following the story, not believing, or
I think he cares more about protecting big business owners and the mall and that side of society rather than actually caring about the people inside of the state. it scares me. The whole curfew thing,
well,
dude.
it's always a bigger picture with politics, right? You always want to go bigger, you want to go better. So
yeah.
being a governor of a state, and then what comes out after that? I don't know. Is it? You know, trying to get that promotion, trying to move up.
Well, yeah,
So
then
he-
suck
he's
in the
always-
president's
he's
dick,
always gonna
too.
be, you
and,
know.
And you want a virtue signal to him, like Trump at this moment, because they want that camaraderie. He wants his support. He wants to make sure that he's getting more help or funds and stuff from him, not being shamed and looked down upon. You know what I mean? Sorry, am I boring?
No, dude.
I got a lot to talk about. This
Well,
stuff fires me up, man.
It fires me up too, dude. But after seeing it for this past week, after seeing,
You want to change the channel?
I'm over it, dude. I'm over a lot of things. I'm over
you
this.
can't
Rona.
say
I'm
they're
over
it though.
I'm over George Soros' hired provocateurs, like because do you remember that story? Like there was a conspiracy that he engineered. He fucking gathered up everybody. You remember the fucking coming from Mexico, the caravans.
Yes.
There's a conspiracy of George Soros was like hired all those people and like was given money.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So he's doing the same thing with Black Lives Matter and all of that, and like it's just there's a statement.
It's
that
a divide,
he says,
man.
There's a statement that he says that we're gonna create a race war. We're gonna get the blacks to blame it on the whites.
Yeah.
And he said something else, and then he says blacks are the easiest to control. And that's what it was like in an interview.
That's
in
an
fucking
actual quote?
85. Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, fucking Soros, man. It's scary, like you said, having this curfew.
It's very scary.
And it is just a divide because they put the curfew down after Corona, after lockdown, all this thing. It's just, you're going to get both sides, man. You're going to get the looters and you're going to have the protesters. And it's always going to be, that agenda that's being pushed. It's always going to be portrayed in the media. You know? Right now they want the fear and all of that, the looters. And there's been like tweets that have like been debunked and they're fake, saying like, oh, we're all going to meet in white people's neighborhoods
like
and going into rape
stuff,
and murder. Yeah, I'm like,
yeah, those could be meme farms in China. Those could be meme farms in Russia too.
yeah, it could be meme farms in the United States.
100%.
By Americans.
Because what else would
like fucking George Soros.
We start wars overseas all the time. Why? The military-industrial complex.
Yeah.
What makes more money to the government than anything? The military. If we can supply all of our police officers with military-grade weapons and machinery, it's just $1 million more back into their pockets. And that should scare the shit out of everybody. It really should, man. Like, I don't know. The thing is, some people have, cops, and they've never had any bad altercations with them. And some have had a slew of, bad ones.
I'm friends with cops.
Yeah.
Like,
unfortunately, the handful of times I've ran into them, 10, 15 times, it's never been pleasant. It's never been a good situation. It's been a little man ego syndrome, and I feel like
Napoleon complex.
Yeah, and I understand that, and I know there's great cops, obviously, or else the system would be flopped
right
years and years ago.
I read some is if you have 1,000 good cops and 10 bad cops, and the 1,000 good cops don't turn in that,
you have 1,000.
You have 1,010 bad cops, like. And that's true. It's
true, but there's also, I think that's an easy thing to say because you don't think about the inner workings of how any company works.
Yeah,
you're intimidated by the guy above you, or like, I was kind of thinking like maybe these, those 3 guys watching him with his knee. Well, that guy's suffocating him to death for 8 minutes. Or some change. They were probably fucking terrified of that guy. Are you kidding me?
Probably, yeah.
I mean, look at his rap sheet, dude. He was
that's true.
A bad dude. Like, and so.
Yeah,
some people don't want. Unfortunately, I'm that kind of person. I don't like confrontation. So in that situation, like I hope I would be like, dude, what the fuck are you doing?
Right.
I mean, but for me, I am unfortunately like I don't like to confront people about anything, even like in my jobs or anything. I'm more of a. I'll hate myself for not saying anything, and it will eat me like a cancer for the next 10 years that I didn't do anything. And unfortunately, like I wish I was stronger, and I wish I had more of a will to step up. And I mean, I feel guilty not even
Voice
protesting,
yourself,
dude. I feel really guilty not going downtown, but I'm like, I don't want to be mixed in with You know,
it's all misconstrued.
Because if there's a peaceful protest, like, and I know there are, but then I don't know about these, Antifa shitheads who come in, or these,
provocateurs,
KKK dudes that move in, try to break a couple windows, or like I've seen videos of white guys pushing black people into cops, and just there's so much shit going on. Like, you don't want to get into the belly of the beast in a way. I don't know the best way to have my voice be heard or even cared about. The thing is, for me, I'm docile to the government because I feel like it's bigger than us. I don't know what the fuck we can do, dude.
Yeah.
I disagree with so much shit our government does,
unless
man.
everybody, gathered up in arms.
Yeah.
Against if it was
like
nationwide, it'd be a civil war, right?
Or just
a revolution.
Or how do you get a peaceful protest in the slew of Hong Kong and have hundreds of thousands of people that aren't breaking windows in businesses? Like, that wasn't happening in Hong Kong. And I think that's just the whole Soros thing, dude. I really think that's the whole...
Well, how about this, dude? What else is happening that's not being talked about? What else is being, smothered in between this talk of protests and rioters? And Hillary Clinton's on trial for her emails.
Really?
I heard, yeah. I skimmed an article, I guess you would say. But there's other things, and I think there's a lot of like sex offender shit being.
Well, Anonymous, dude, is the heroes again.
Oh yeah, they came out with that vid, huh?
Yeah, first releasing names of KKK members, and then released Epstein accomplices, which we already knew.
Yeah, we already knew all this.
But they released one lawsuit with Donald Trump's name and Epstein about raping and prostituting like a 13-year-old girl.
Oh damn, dude!
That's not the only case, So then they said they're just going to keep on releasing that stuff. I mean,
yep, and that's what's going to cause something like a revolution. I think a different governing body, like Anonymous or something, because they have a lot of viewers. They're
they have a lot of control. They're smarter than our government.
Oh, 100%.
They know it better.
And honestly, I wouldn't even be surprised if it's people from the government.
Me either, dude.
Yeah, because they have access to all.
There was a kid in my...
aside from hacking, and that could just be,
Yeah. Well, most hackers, like, there's this kid in my high school. He was great at computers. He hacked on to NASA. And they caught him. They're like, you can either do the next 30 years in jail or you can come work for us.
Oh, shit.
So he got this high-up job.
Nice.
And I think that happens with a lot of these people. Yeah, because
fucking Jimmy's sitting next to you like, hey, I'm just going to...
Yeah.
He's hacking NASA. In what grade?
I think he was like 10th or 11th grade.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fucking Jimmy, dude. What a way to get a job, huh?
He used to chase people with a stapler gun, those legit ones.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, he was a psycho. Damn, now he's working for NASA, the Satanist Alliance.
Now he's working on rockets and shit, man.
But yeah, I think that system goes that way because they're like, we need you because they don't have that intelligence.
Yeah, so
those people don't usually want to work for the government unless they're forced into it by some way. That was what was that one show that you made me watch? Didn't make
Mr. Robot?
It's kind of the same idea, right?
Yeah, similar.
He gets into the belly of the beast from being this huge hacker.
Yeah, no, for sure. That was a great show, by the way.
It was so good. I want to watch that last season so bad.
But I'm not going to pay for it, dude. Fuck that. Maybe 2 more years.
Yeah, something. But that Epstein, did you watch the Epstein thing on Netflix?
I did watch it. It was
all right.
I mean, it was shit we already knew, yeah.
If you follow the story and if you followed our podcast, you know that we were balls deep in that. I don't know if that's that's not a good way to say it.
It's not punny, dude, okay?
But dude, the one thing I hated about myself when I was watching that, like when I saw, what did he call it, little Jeff Island or whatever he called his island in some weird...
Oh, yeah, something little. There was little was in the word, in the name.
That place was so beautiful.
Oh,
Can you imagine?
Yeah. Well, and that
those
was
pieces of shit, dude. Why do these pieces of shit have such...
That was the enticing,
Oh, yeah, being a masseuse or whatever.
Well, that was... You get to live on this island. Like, a lot of girls went there just for...
for that.
Yeah,
of course. Yeah.
What clout, I guess it would be,
Tim Dillon went on a rant being like... I mean, if that... Not this is right, but if there was a time to get, sexually assaulted, I mean, that's the place to do it. Not behind, not behind a Walmart,
Oh, that is fucking... He is so funny, dude.
I know, because he knows how to go really far, being like, that's so fucked up to say that, but
he brings
knows
you back. Yeah,
he's intelligent enough that he knows how to be like, oh, okay, well, I guess you're making a point.
It's
he
like
making you agree with what fucked up thing he said, which is hilarious.
Louis C.K.'s like that as well.
Oh, 100%. Did you ever watch his new special?
No. No, I just seen some of his old comedy.
Yeah, I wish the Epstein documentary showed more light on. I mean, my big takeaway on that for sure was that this Bill Clinton,
Clinton wasn't even in there, dude. He popped up once.
Yeah, just one time.
Yeah.
What, is it 24 times that he was on the flight?
27 or something.
The one maintenance guy was like, I definitely saw him there.
Yeah.
And just that's the emails, dude. That's Anthony Weiner. When he got, when his laptops disappeared with all that, and he got arrested right away. Why? Because who was he associated with? The Clintons. And who did the Clintons were associated with Donald Trump too? Didn't they go to each other's like weddings or in some shit too?
Something like that. Their kid's bachelor party or something. I don't know, bro.
I mean, Donald Trump was a liberal basically before he knew that he could trick over.
Well, there's an interview that he says like, if I were to run, I'd run Republican because
they're so dumb or something.
Yeah, it'd just be easy to control. Scary shit, man.
It's really scary.
And again, like,
and what's gonna happen?
I'm not educated on anything. Like, I just have my own fucking thoughts and opinions.
Well, you got a baby, dude. You got a bigger world,
dude. I think about that every fucking waking second. I'm like, the amount of historical,
things happening,
situations like all this is going down in history at 2020.
Fucking crazy.
And you're 8 months old, dude.
Yeah,
8 months old, and this has just been wild.
And it started as a joke. We're like World War III. Australia fires, Kobe died, and then we're like, dude. What's next? What's next? 2020 Corona, and then we're like, then what's next? And then this happens, and then
it is a
fucking. Did you see Yellowstone today?
Another level of Jumanji, bro.
Yellowstone in the last 24 hours has had over a dozen small earthquakes. That's the way I don't want to go. We would all die, right? I'd rather
we would all die.
But it'd probably be a slow death for a lot. I don't know where Arizona falls in that, but it would be a slow death.
I know of San
nuclear winter, because the whole greenhouse would be covered in smoke, so we couldn't grow anything, and we'd all get cancer and these weird diseases from no vitamin D, and just the ocean would die. All these things would just. So we'd slowly die of these weird diseases we have no idea of.
This is
you thought Corona was scary.
This is the moment in like elementary school when we would go over like earthquakes and volcanoes and all of that. Like,
they don't even do it anymore. They're like, you're going to die.
This is the moment where I would nonchalantly cover my ears because I fucking get scared of that shit, dude.
Yeah.
That shit just freaks me out. Like actually, like dying that way.
Yeah.
Like literally, that's the end of whatever you think life is now.
I forget. Have you been in an earthquake or like a natural disaster? See, that's because it's the most terrifying. A revolution.
I mean, the most we have was a
little
haboob or something.
Yeah, that's nothing. Because the thing is, like, the revolution, you see the people in the street, you understand why they're angry. So it's like dying in the hands of that, dying in the hands of anarchy, dying in the hands of Mad Max or something. Like our system's fucked up. It's broken.
Right.
Burn the targets. It doesn't. Fuck it. The system. The system is broken.
Yeah.
Everybody's fucking tired of it, dude. The stimulus check, $500 billion. We all got $1,200, and millionaires got another $1 million, $1 trillion to Wall Street every day. Fuck this system, dude. It's fucking bullshit.
Yeah, maybe we do just need to burn everything to the ground.
So it's like dying that way. I love it, dude. I mean, I know it's harder for you to say that having a family because there's something that you're trying to protect. Like for me, I'd rather die that way than to have this mega volcano burst and then the whole sky's gray and we slowly decay and like we can't get food and toilet paper is
that'd be like worldwide. The world would be affected.
The whole world would end
be
as a civilization or humanity would end.
That is
for sure
crazy.
Except for maybe the rich people that go into the bunkers. And then they go into the bunkers. They come out 5 years later to be safe.
No
and then they realize
left.
There's no music, no rock and roll, no podcasts, no TV shows, no movies, no fucking guacamole, no tacos.
Damn, I can't do no guacamole
because they got rid of all the interesting people. The interesting people aren't the rich people. They're the ones that are struggling, trying to do what they love. And then they wipe us all out, and then they realize that, You know, they were just. Or the Anunnakis underneath this volcano Yellowstone. Because, you know, the Anunnaki, you know, the reptilians, the whole theory on them is that they feed off of negative energy and they feed off of humans. It's the same, like, what's that one theory of scaring kids and injecting their blood?
The adrenochrome.
Adrenochrome.
Yeah.
Exactly. Of course. Adrenochrome.
Didn't
Of
you
course.
know that?
Of course.
Come on, dude.
So that there could be to adrenochrome. So they were probably scaring us.
This is a little bit of adrenochrome.
So all that shit's happening because COVID, you know. Kobe Bryant, and then, you know.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Kobe Bryant was the moose-bouche of death. You know, it was just a little appetizer of saying what's about to come.
Yeah, I think
you think this is bad?
I think it was, you know, I want to trace it back to the death of Harambe, but.
That goes far back. That shows evolution in a way, though.
It's been coming, dude.
We all came from monkeys, so it shows that slow.
Right.
Wow, that's deep.
So, and then, yes, Kobe was. The climax of the mountain, you know.
Yeah.
So Kobe was a definitive factor in the beginning of our demise.
The Last Dance,
the
biggest show right now. Michael Jordan showing you the '90s, 30 years ago. This was the pinnacle of your life. The '90s was the best.
The 90s,
Nickelodeon,
dude.
we were getting slimed holding a Nickelodeon surf.
I'm skating with some Junko jeans, a
Space
beanie,
Jam.
and it's 152 degrees.
McDonald's still felt good to eat. My body didn't give.
Dude.
I ate it 3 times a day.
Well, McDonald's was healthier back then in the '90s, dude. McDonald's was healthier.
It actually probably was. Right?
Yeah.
I don't know if you're joking or not. No, I'm right. Don't you think?
It's a truth joke, I guess.
But it's got to be because they got to cut corners more and more.
Yeah.
90s, dude. So that was the pinnacle of our life.
Dude, I had a CD player trying to skate, and it shit was skipping every time I did an ollie.
You got the 60-second one, dude. 60-second.
I did get those. The little. But then I was like, I'm skating for like 30 minutes at a time.
The skip protection.
Oh, the skip protection. I did have one of those, but it still skipped.
I know.
So what the fuck, bro? That was just marketing at its best right there.
Well, you had one and I had one, so it worked.
Yeah. Well, I still
Television,
used it.
dude, Boy Meets World. Full House. Now we have Fuller House.
Bruh,
we should die. We have Fuller House. What else are we recreating, dude?
Everything.
We should fucking kill ourselves.
There's been
I mean, come on. We're just regurgitating the past at this point. We're not even living for a future.
That's literally what it is, dude.
We're not living for the future anymore.
Repeats itself.
It shouldn't. We should keep.
Yeah, but
Elon Musk just sent something to outer space. We did that in the 60s.
How amazing!
That was been up there forever.
Hold on. How amazing was that?
Yeah, I know.
Did you like that?
Yeah. I love Elon Musk.
That was pretty badass, man. I do enjoy.
He's a good dude.
A little
I like
bit of
him
Musk
a lot.
on me.
I like him a lot.
Would
you for one of those what's the trucks?
Give me the Tesla Model X.
Bro. What's the
Cybertruck?
Yeah. Would you blow Elon Musk for a Cybertruck? Really?
I don't like the Cybertrucks, bro.
You're gonna like it at the end of the world.
That's true, huh? It's almost a Mad Max style car, so halfway there, huh? Yeah. You just need. He probably sells all the accessories too. But then,
of course, he sells the accessories.
The accessories, like the fucking snow plow on front of the truck.
Oh yeah.
You know, the chainsaw in the back, the I don't know.
Croatian.
I'm trying to fucking name tools here, and I'm blanking.
I don't know, like one of those hose that goes in circles. What are those things called? Those are brutal.
Yeah.
Seen some horror movies run people over on those before, dude.
Those are good movies. They were usually having sex out in them fields.
I just want to enjoy
the 90s, bro. The 90s.
That's Jeepers Creepers.
That's Jeepers Creepers. Bro.
Final Destination before it was Final Destination 5 3D. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, I think that 2 maybe would have done it.
I Know You Did Last Summer.
I never saw that.
Great. It can't be. Just can't Scream, you know.
But wasn't there like another one like I Know What You Did
Still
Again
know
or
what
something
you did
like that?
last summer. And now the new one just came out. It's like, I still pretty sure I Googled what you did last summer. Googled?
Wikipedia said,
Yeah, I Facebooked what you did last summer. God damn it, just let it die, dude. This is the
no pun
Anunnakis.
intended.
The Anunnakis are pissed,
That's what it is,
dude. They're
just-
like, what do you...
So
They're bored.
Yeah,
They're like, give us something new. Fuller House?
Come on.
Fuller House?
Yeah, we're just reliving trauma here.
Fuller House without the Olsen twins, which was the only popular thing about Full House.
Well, Lizzie Olsen wasn't in there, so.
Dude, shout out to Elizabeth Olsen. I know you're listening at some point. What if What if me and Elizabeth Olsen settled down? Would you go to the wedding, you think?
Oh,
Because you wouldn't be invited.
That's what I'm saying. I'd crash it, dog.
Oh,
I'd crash
Owen
it.
Wilson style.
Well, I'd prefer the other guy.
Luke Wilson. Oh, no, Vince Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn.
Why do you prefer him? Just in general?
I don't know, because I think I just said that because you said Owen Wilson. I was like, well, I'm going to disagree with him. I'm going to go with Vince Vaughn.
Dude, I dated a girl that, like, her number one was Owen Wilson. It was really weird.
That nose, dude. It looks like the fucking highway headed up north of Flagstaff.
It made me really take a deep, hard look at myself. I'm like, well, then.
What am I doing here?
Yeah, I'm just like, do I. Oh. Yeah. Different strokes for different folks.
He knew the first syllable of his name. This is really good.
Oh.
Wilson.
Yeah. I don't know.
That was her number one, huh? Who was your number one in the 90s, do you think?
90s. How?
A little bit.
That's tough.
Can I tell you mine?
It'd probably be Topanga or like Amanda Bynes. I love the Olsen twins. Literally, they were my first crush. Like I was 5 or 6 and watching them at like 7 or 8. And I was like, God damn. What do those overalls do? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think for me it was a little bit of that No Doubt Gwen Stefani.
I never thought she was attractive.
Really?
She seems like a con. Her music was great though.
I mean,
what's the best song on Tragic Kingdom? Spiderwebs? Or it's hard to even know. I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's so many hits on that though. So many hits. Whoa.
Have you ever listened to No Doubt and the Sublime? Like I Saw Red is one of my favorite songs.
I never really liked Sublime that much.
No?
I mean, I like their hits, obviously. But I think for me, they were one of those bands that if you found out about them when they were like that thing, it made you annoyed by them already because number one, like the people associated with them. Like that happened to me so much when I was a kid because I was such an elitist with punk or die. Right. So if like some popular kid or some kid I hated enjoyed this like a lot, I'm like, dude, fuck that. You know what I mean?
You wouldn't allow yourself to like even if it was a nice catchy tune.
I didn't start liking the Rolling Stones until 5 or 6 years ago.
Huh.
And now they're like, when I'm like, you're a fucking idiot. You're a stupid piece of shit.
Yeah.
Kill yourself. Literally, go kill yourself now. I'm like, dude, I'm trying to sleep. It's 3:30 in the morning. Why are you trying to sleep when you're a piece of shit? Why? You know? That's a good coin. That's a good point. You know?
It's just turned into a monologue, ladies and gentlemen. And
that's
Nick's
and that's comedy.
Living last night's bed pillow talk over there.
Pillow talk with Nick.
That's a different podcast. I think you should make it.
Pillow talk with Nick.
17 years ago, I said something at a party, and I just regret it deeply. That'd probably be
just kidding. I wasn't invited to that party. I was outside the window thinking, why wasn't I invited to this
That'd probably be some shit that you would say on that podcast, Pillow Talk.
Yeah, man. That's why I went along with you. Dude, you know what about? I want to talk about this. This is one of the Facebook things I wrote and then deleted. You know, one of those.
I do that. I do that all the time.
I do it all the time.
When I do that,
comments to people too.
Comments,
so
dude.
much.
I hold back so much on comments, but on my like shit that I write, like update or whatever, I'll write it in, and then I'll take some time, put the phone away, think about it, rephrase it, maybe just throw it away. But I always copy paste into my notes so I can maybe build upon it.
I never do that
Later. Yeah.
If I don't strike when the iron's hot, it's not happening.
It's not getting burnt.
But were you going somewhere else with that?
No, you just said
the one
comments on Facebook.
Yeah, the one thing I just wanted to say or type and put out there, dude, like, it's hard when there's been so much shit going on with, you know, the quarantine, with Corona, that we're all dying. Our 1/3 of the people we know are going to die. And then this happens and the riots are happening. And it's hard for somebody, like, right now, for people that suffer, like, with mental health or addiction issues, what a fucking hard time. And I think it's hard because what happens with both of those issues is you stop caring about yourself because you feel like caring about yourself isn't worth what's going on outside. So it's like, hey, right now is a really I feel bad for the people with mental health issues because you feel like your issue isn't big enough. It's too small, while something this big, a black man being killed in front of the whole world, it's not as big as that. So don't put it out there, and don't even like, don't feel anything for it. Addiction, same thing. It's like, why keep on fighting this fight or try to meet up or
sober?
Why stay sober when there's so much bigger shit than me happening out there? And I think just with like depression and mental health and addiction too, for me, it's like this whole last 3 months, dude, it's been hard, man. I mean, that's why, you know, I've wanted to get a tattoo to come, like, kind of for like a badge surviving this, like, especially like being alone or single in this time of just such a hard time to even be alive, and to be alone and isolated and fearing the world outside and not knowing who you are, all while suffering from depression, anxiety, alcoholism, drug addiction, love addiction. Just, it's a lot to take on, dude. And it's hard to reach out to people at this point because you just feel like, well, dude, there's a curfew, or I can't see my parents on this holiday, or I can't go to a party with my friends, or even go to the grocery store without feeling like, should I or should not have a mask, and I'll feel guilty for that. Yeah. Should I go to this protest or not? Now that I'm not going to this protest, I feel like even a bigger piece of shit. I don't know if that makes sense. That makes sense.
No, that makes perfect sense.
And that's a long Facebook. That's a long Facebook message. You see what I'm saying?
Thanks, bro. Yeah. Let me hit the like button.
I'm gonna just smash the like here because I saw there was a see more, and that's
you know what? You know what? Fuck it. You know, I'm gonna hit the little the care button.
I'm here for you.
I'm here for you, bud. You know, if you want to reach out.
This was my suicide note, so I think you're a little late. Yeah.
No, I understand that. Tough, man. So I understand how a lot of people could feel like that.
Yeah. I just hope people are doing okay out there, man. I know for me personally, it's been a really hard time, and I feel like I hope that those people that I feel like sometimes, man, and you know, I've dealt with depression and really dark rock bottoms, and then all of a sudden the rock bottom gets deeper. I've been dwelling on the bottom for so long. I'm a goddamn bottom feeder. Okay, so like I've been through the sandstorm a couple times. You know, I felt like death was knocking out the door. And right now I feel like, you know, so much bad shit's happening. We are bound to at least find some sort of silver lining through all this, that things will get better because we're forcing them down to so far down. Yeah. If that makes sense. It's like at some point, inevitably, a wound will heal, a scar will scab, you know, or
it's got to
that's
do.
the opposite.
Yeah.
But I think better times are around. I feel like don't feed the Ayanakis, dude. I feel like it's really hard right now to stay positive. I'm probably just talking to myself. It's really hard to wake up and say I'm going to have a good day today, or try to wake up and drive my car and try to be happy and not feel like I see people wearing masks and it's the end of the world, or I see these protests and riots every time I open my phone, and just like, fuck, and there's an earthquake, like we're all going to die, and we are, but I think there's going to be an upswing to it. I think it's inevitable.
Well, I'm glad you have that.
Ebb and flow.
Yeah, I'm glad you have that thought.
I don't. I'm just saying it out loud. I'm working on it. I think that's as long as you open the door to let the light in, just let the light in, man. Just open the door up. Don't look in the mirror and say you love yourself. Just open up the window to positivity.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, be optimistic.
Yeah.
Be optimistic for sure, man. A lot of people are feeling down right now, you know? A lot of people are struggling. A lot of people are waiting for that possible May, you know, stimulus check. And it saddens me. Like, this whole situation does sadden me. And waking up and saying it's going to be a good day and this and that, sometimes that just doesn't work, you know, because you do open your phone. You do look at your surroundings and what's going on, how it's affecting, you know, fucking Maria next, you know, in the kitchen, and she's wearing a mask. She's scared. Like, then there's other people that don't give a fuck about
joke about it,
joke
caught
about
up
it.
in
You
their
know,
masks.
it's like there's a big divide right now, but there's got to be something, like you said, a silver lining. For me, I have always asked the question, like, how is this affecting me? How is this affecting me, you know, personally? I'm with you. Like Black Lives Matter. I'm with peaceful protest. I'm, you know, with Minneapolis. You know,
for social distancing, for trying to take care of the people that are sick. You know, but being to a certain point or trying to
how is I always ask, how is it affecting me directly? Is it? I'm still going to work. I'm still coming home to my wife and my daughter. Like, we're happy. We're, you know, doing well, I guess you could say. Like,
do you ever feel white privilege? Do you feel associated to that? Do you feel in the ballpark of it? Because that's what happens. That's the opposite for me. Is I feel like that doesn't affect me directly. I'm able to turn a blind eye. In a way, I can still post a thing, talk about it, but I feel like they start saying, you know, they make me feel. It's like feeling guilty for white privilege, but it's like, am I exhibiting white privilege, or am I? Like, are you really also associating me with all white people? Because that's just as racist.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I'd feel, but white privilege, but I do understand the situation that my childhood, my upbringing, all that. I don't know if I'd say privileged, but it is, you know, better than a lot of people. I had you know, both my parents still together, grew up in a house, always had a roof over my head. Like, I really didn't have a whole bunch of struggles coming up.
Yeah.
I mean, aside from like a family death or something like that, you know, we always, and that's probably like kudos to my parents, because they probably did a good job of, if there was something going on, they hid it well, you know, or they didn't fucking project it on me or my brother. You know,
got good parents. That's a good. I mean,
so I'm grateful for that, and I know in some ways it is privileged, because I did grow up with a lot of things that a lot of people didn't grow up with. You know, for example, just having both parents. It's like, that's a privilege for sure, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean,
oh yeah.
So all that said, it's like, I don't feel the guilt you feel for not going out to the protest. I'm just taking this time of, you know, isolation and lockdown or curfew, and putting all that energy inwards to myself and my family and my daughter. Like, I think that's definitely been a saving grace for me, and I understand how it's so difficult for somebody living alone. It's like, that's why I reach out to you. That's why I reach out to, you know, shout out Shane and like other friends that have just, you know, I know they're alone, and it's difficult, man. Just having to do like wellness checks on friends and all of that. Like, it's different. It's different for sure. I mean, I guess we should always, you know, check on your strong friends or whatever the saying is, but we should always be doing that. But now it's more prevalent. It's more prevalent now than ever, because
it's more important now than ever. Because when shit's okay outside, sometimes, like, you don't want to hear from those people all the time.
Right?
They'll fucking wellness check on me, bitch.
Oh yeah,
back off.
I don't know, man.
Yeah,
but it does sadden me. And I, you know, respect and my condolences to everybody and everybody affected, and the Black Lives Matter movement, all that. Like,
all lives matter. How much do you?
Human lives matter, dude.
I know they do, but why does all lives matter only pop up when Black Lives Matter pops up?
I was thinking, I was thinking about that.
Corona, you were the people. The all lives matter people are the people that didn't care at all about Corona the whole time. We're never afraid of it.
Or how about the fucking children incarcerated at the border?
Exactly.
You know, separated from their
all
parents.
Lives matter.
God, it's all lives matter.
I know.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, you're born in the wrong place, shithead. Well, they're gonna kill us here.
But all lives matter. You mother, all American. You know, all
it's so stupid.
White nationalist lives matter. No, like what? Shut the fuck up.
Ugh.
I was thinking about that today, because it's like, but I mean, all lives do matter, right? And then I was like, okay, I understand that. All lives do matter.
Yeah.
Black lives, white lives, brown lives, yellow lives. You know, all lives matter. Everybody fucking matters.
Yeah.
But in this moment where we see one of our fellow, you know, lives, you know, fellow races down,
Yeah.
Black Lives Matter right now.
Right.
Like, that's like, and I was like, does it fucking kill you to just say it? Like,
Right, it does. It's like they
why
have
does
to be
it-
included
yeah,
or something. It's like
no, but all lives matter.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude. Okay, but in this moment, in this struggle,
Yeah, this is-
who's fighting the hardest? Black lives matter, dude.
Yeah.
So why can't you just fucking say it?
They just
You
want to
know? It's
fight
like,
for
yeah,
some
it's like,
reason.
but Black lives is all lives. No,
Because you know why? They hate black people. That's why. That is why they say that.
I was just thinking about that today. I was
think-
just like, dude, just fuck. Who gives a shit, dude? Yes, just fucking say it. What? There, and that's just goes back to
Yeah.
you know how they were raised, and you said maybe slightly racist people.
I think it's a Louis C.K. joke, and he's like, you go to a doctor with a broken arm, and they're like, we got to fix that bone. And he's like, but all bones matter. He's like, yeah, but that one, the broken one specifically,
that's
needs
exactly,
to be fixed right now. It's pretty simple.
Yeah,
It's but you can't give people too much credit. You know, that's the issue too. It's with the 10 bad police officers out of 1,000.
Yeah.
There's probably 1,000 terrible people out. No, it's a bigger number of how many shitty, dumb people there are.
Yeah.
I mean, before even all this shit, when life was good in the 90s, people were still murdering their family, suffocating 5 of their kids, and stabbing their husband in his sleep. I mean, everything. You see these news stories every day. They keep their kid in a cage for the first 12 years of his life.
chained to the bed.
The
and all
fucking
that.
Epstein Island, the politicians that have been raping and selling underage girls. Sex trafficking is the biggest market in the world.
Oh,
It's a
that's
trillion-dollar
money right there,
business.
dude.
It's the biggest
That's
industry.
moolah,
It's the
baby.
biggest industry in the world.
Yeah.
That should tell you something. The world is fucked up.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of good fucking people
so
in
where's
here.
my silver lining?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I think I got ahead of myself.
What is that?
There's no silver lining.
There's no silver lining. You're just
Dude.
retracing your thoughts.
I know, because it's easy to get so carried away with how
Yeah.
much bullshit's happening
Yeah,
at all
is.
times, but especially when it's this big right
Yeah.
now, and it's thrown in our face because of our phones and even podcasts that I used to enjoy listening to. Now, you know, we talk about all this shit 'cause this is what podcasting is. You talk about what's the social narrative, what's happening, what are people talking about.
Yeah.
That's what a conversation is.
Yeah, for sure. Want
another beer? You okay? Are we almost there? I was gonna.
I'm down
I have
for
a-
another
I
beer.
have a
I'm down
good-
for another
I have a
beer.
good,
Yeah.
funny story to
Yeah.
end the show with.
I'm down for another beer. What were you saying though about? I can't remember. Bro, but where's COVID, huh? Where's COVID? I haven't seen COVID in a while, boy. Oh, these juicy jacks are so good.
Yeah, real nice.
But yeah, man, that's just one of my favorite memes is like this Tahoe truck going down the highway, and it says the media on the truck, and then there's a girl being thrown out of the vehicle, the moving vehicle, and that says COVID-19. So it's like the media has just pushed that out of the way real quick.
It is crazy how fast it's gone out of the. And you know, this is the
Well,
thing
that
with
goes-
hypocrites, though, too. It's, you know, these protesters. I'm sorry, like I don't, you know, God bless you, but you are also the people that have been tweeting and posting nonstop that if you go out, you're an asshole. If you even go to the grocery store without being in a fucking Rubbermaid outfit, you're a piece of shit. Like you know what I mean? It's all these virtue signaling people too. That's the vast majority. That's not that's not what it necessarily is. It's the loudest voice. I understand that. We've said that this whole conversation. It's about the problem. There's too many people. There's too many. The number is way too huge.
There's a lot of idiots.
Yeah, there's a lot of idiots, and I just feel like a lot of these people that are. It's like what I saw is like, I saw a lot of shit posters become activists all of a sudden. It's like, yeah, you've been shit posting for the last 5 years, and all of a sudden it's like, yeah, now you have this huge voice.
Yeah,
you know?
you're tired of all this shit posting.
Yeah, I don't know. But I think you were going to say something else, but I can't remember. I think I was going to say something.
No, you're going to end on something.
Oh, you want to end? Okay. I guess I'll tell it.
I don't know, man.
Because I had to, you know what? What happened?
Nothing.
Oh.
What are you saying?
You have something good?
No,
You
I
have
don't.
Okay.
I have absolutely nothing.
Really?
I have a dumb thing that I wrote today. I was like,
let's hear it.
Anybody know if it's okay to cough yet?
Oh.
Yeah.
It's true. It's going. If I feel, I guess to round this conversation off
Okay.
with COVID. Like, so how much longer are we wearing masks? How much longer is that going on then? Do you think? What is your guess?
My guess,
Yeah.
it's people are gonna continue to live this way Probably for the rest of their lives.
You think so?
I mean, doesn't Japan,
You think
China,
social distancing, but like social distancing things, like the 6 feet away from
I hope that stays. I honestly hope 6 feet stays to a certain degree, because you know when I'm in a baseball field, I don't mind fucking bumping uglies or elbows
That's
with
a good point.
Jeffrey next door, eating his popcorn and hot dogs.
Yeah.
Like, I don't mind that because that's just fucking baseball. That's a camaraderie.
Right.
But like,
or a concert or whatever. Yeah.
or a concert or something. But yeah, I don't know. Like a store.
You're right.
Or
you should have a capacity.
Yeah, you
Why
should.
are you letting over 100 people in a grocery store? What are we, fucking cattle? Like,
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
have
that's
a
what-
cap.
and that's
Have
what
a
it's-
line outside. Be like, all right, we're at capacity.
That's what it's for. It's to
You're right.
It's
That's
to maximize.
It's a great
profit. Yeah,
it's a great point because capacity. I love looking at capacity numbers in places. Elevators.
And they just look at-
37.
Yeah,
37 people in here.
Sally's on top of Jimmy, and Jimmy's
But it's
on his
true.
knees. Yeah.
You're in a small restaurant that has 666 people, and you're like, am I in Lucifer's basement?
Well, yeah, and I've always been a big advocate of like just always give people their space. I've
Yeah,
always
that's a
been
good
saying
point.
like these are all logical shits we should have been doing. Washing
Logical
your hands.
shits would be taken daily.
Logical shits
shits
should be taken daily. Yeah, because if you're not being a rational person.
Yeah.
You're just not washing your hands after you piss or shit. There's nursery rhymes that teach you this shit, dude. Like, how lazy of a person do you have to be?
So what about restaurants? Restaurant people wearing masks. You think that's going to happen for?
I hope that does not stay.
So that's also what I'm talking about. Like, what do you think for that kind of
For that type, like industry type,
there's always, mask shaming. Let's say mask shaming.
That's it's because there's another variable, and that's consumer, is it happiness or whatever? Because you're always gonna try to
appease
the customers, or So if the customers bring back what are those opinion boxes or question boxes or something like that. Like, ask your clientele. What do you think? How do you feel?
Yeah, true.
Because
that's a good point.
I go in there and like if the homie's got gloves on, I told you last week the only person.
Like when did you change those?
Yeah, are you a doctor? No, exactly. Like a mask on, like that. I don't feel comfortable with that. But I think it's affected people, and it will continue to affect people that drastically, change their way of life. Like China, Japan, all those, Asian provinces, they're all used to wearing masks and gloves.
You should when you're sick. I mean, you should wear a mask when you're sick. If you're sick, you're like, why are you spreading that?
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, at the same time, what mask is going to be
efficient?
What mask is going to be? I guess I don't know. Yeah. See, again, we just veer into this lane of
we reach our knowledge mountaintop
cap. Yeah, climax.
Yeah,
we reach that for sure. And then we just start talking out of our ass. But you know what? Those are still opinions, man.
Well, let's talk out of our ass. Let's talk illogical shits we should be taking daily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about teach me or show me your logical shit that you took?
So last Wednesday, I didn't know if I want to tell a story about it.
What time?
Fuck it,
what time was it?
Probably 10 o'clock.
A.M.
in the morning. Yeah.
Okay.
I officially became a runner.
You officially became a runner.
Yeah. Jogger, runner.
Why do you say that? What changed? I mean, you always ran before. You had your schedule runs. What changed? What was the definitive factor?
I shit myself.
You shit yourself? Really? How far away from your house? How far?
All right.
Oh, God, dude. Okay, all right. 10 a.m. You're fucking out there. How far into the run are you?
Hungover.
Okay, how far into the run are you?
I ate, I think, a frozen pizza the night before. Really late after practice. And I don't eat late. I fast.
Yeah,
I do.
You do.
And I'm super strict on that because anytime I know I've had close calls running before, as any runner has. So I've learned too, like, dude, don't be an idiot the night before you run, which is always on Wednesday. So I was an idiot. I ate really late.
Frozen pizza.
Yeah, frozen pizza. Yeah. And so the next day I felt like shit, but I don't let that stop me. It's like if it's on my list, I have to do it the day, no matter what. Like you don't don't make excuses for past Nick's mistakes. Okay,
Yeah.
this is future Nick. This is now in the moment.
Yep,
Nick.
you're dealing with
So
it.
I felt like shit, felt terrible, and it was getting 10 o'clock. So I go on my run. Pretty much. Have you ever had this when you're running, by the way, or not really?
What, that I have to shit?
Yeah.
No,
never.
not yet.
Yeah. So, dude, I knew immediately.
Like once you took off from your run.
Maybe 0.75 miles into it. Like I pretty much knew.
Okay, in that moment, why weren't you like, all right, I'm gonna go home, take a shit, maybe?
I fought through it so many times, and also like when I get momentum, when I get to a pace, I really don't like stopping. I know in my hearts of heart, if I return home to take said shit, I'm not gonna go outside and run again. Like, oh, it was just an off day,
Gotcha.
Yeah. Even Jordan missed a game or two.
Right. You give yourself the leniency.
Yeah, like I'm already sore, I feel like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just start making these excuses. So yeah, I just keep on running through it, and it just like
So
the whole time.
0.75 miles, you knew that you had to take a shit.
Yeah, but I've also had that many times before. Because I make sure like I take care of business a lot prior. Like I really do a good courtesy.
Yeah, you do like
oil
an enema
change.
and shit too. So.
Everything, dude.
Yeah.
I take the neti pots in my penis hole and then just like I would
You put
dump
a
up my ass.
douche out there. Yeah.
Yeah. So I do the proper precautions. So I was doing it and I was running. I was like, there's no way I've shit out everything.
Of course.
Of course. And then so I'm running and running and running.
Okay, how far after the initial I'm gonna have to take a shit, but I'm gonna power through this, were you like, oh shit? No pun intended, like it might.
Well, pretty much from 0.75 miles, but I'm like, I'm gonna run the 5K that I told I was gonna do. I'm gonna do 3 1/4.
Yeah.
No matter what. At this point.
Yeah.
So I did that. And then it's that thing where I don't know what it is. It's like if you're walking home, if you're driving your car home, if you're running home, it's like your body has like this weird GPS, but it's like off slightly. Or it's like you're almost home, but it's like, oh, okay, we're home. You know what I mean? It's like you pull into your driveway and it's like, oh yeah, we're pissing. Or it clicks off because it's like, oh, we're here. So like by the time I get to my door, I like open the door and I'm like, all right, little toot, little fart. And I'm like, oh, we're okay. And I'm like, and my body's like, oh, we're home. And I'm like, no, bro, we're not there yet, dude. Wait, we're really close. We made it. We're here. They're already celebrating. Woo! No, but so I'm like, so I go down. I'm down my hallway, like to my door, literally to my bathroom door, and then I just like jam my fingers up my ass, like with my underwear. I try to like cram in whatever's about to pistol shoot. Elon Musk rocket shits outer space, and so I do that, and I turn around onto like literally it's like to the toilet. Like I'm literally like,
oh my,
so
God.
close, and then just the craziest diarrhea squirt you've ever seen in your life. Looked like something out like Ghostbusters or Alien. Just down my leg, on my shoe, on my rug, on Noki. No, I'm kidding. No,
man.
Noki stayed out of it. And dude, it was so disgusting. It was so embarrassing. Yeah.
Oh, that is insane, dude. I mean, I've sharded myself.
Have you?
Yeah, I've sharded, and it's been like maybe like a little run down my cheek or something, but never like down my leg or
Wasn't that it was down my leg?
And
it
I understand
projected.
that. Yeah, I understand it's like your body does know when you're coming home.
Yeah, it's like we're home.
It's like we're home. Yeah, this is it. Yeah, no.
Looks like we made it.
Yeah, because I've had the moments where you're barely able to
like hovering over the toilet.
You're barely able to unbutton and pull the pants down completely before you're already shitting.
It's already putting out the fire or something. Yeah.
God, man, that is. I thought you like shit during your run and you had to run like a mile and a half.
No, thank God.
To get home or something.
I know something that's happened too. I don't know why. She was 12 miles away from home.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
I don't know why I was hoping that was the case.
Well, that almost happened a couple months ago.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I told that story on here. Like
So
I was even scouting around.
Oh, okay.
But I wasn't scouting this time because I was like, I was like,
yeah.
I really believed in myself because I've won the battle so many times, but you take an L sometimes, and I took an L bad, dude.
Even Jordan took an L, bro, on his last stand.
Man, that was yeah. But it's too good.
That's
It's
crazy.
such a gross, disgusting story, and but it's like you gotta I don't know.
You gotta
laugh about it.
You have to laugh about it. Like,
yeah,
there's a lot of
I'm
people.
so shameful. It was so.
I
gross.
think I've told my story
so
of where I
gross.
blacked out, and I think I shit on my nightstand.
Yeah, did you?
Do you remember
I
that?
don't think so.
I had, and this is why I never drink.
And this is why I never drink. You're swirling your beer.
No, this is why I never drink
Yeah,
a Fireball.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah. So I had enough Fireball, and I blacked out. I vaguely remember getting home. My wife said, we were living at our parents' at the time. My wife said bye. She dropped me off. She said bye.
You guys lived at your parents' house together?
No.
Oh.
So I lived at my parents.
Oh,
She
gotcha.
lived
I was
at
like, I
her
didn't know
parents. Yeah. And the next thing I know, I'm getting a call. It's like maybe 12:30, and I wake up. I answer my phone, and it's my wife. Well, at the time, girlfriend. But I'm like, "Hey, are you home?" Because I was like, she's like, "Yeah, I've been home for a while." Like, she dropped me off probably like 11 or something, and I just passed out. I blacked out. I didn't answer my phone. I was sleeping. So then I'm on the phone, and then I kind of get up and go get some water, and I look over at my nightstand, and dude, there is a pizza size, just doozy,
like a comical
doozy on the nightstand. So it was like the perfect crunchy peanut butter texture.
Oh, so gross.
It was, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? And obviously, immediately I was like, fuck, I must have thought it was the fucking toilet. So I, with my tail in between my legs at 12:30 at my parents' house, I went and grabbed some towels and a little trash bin, and those towels didn't make it in the washer. I just threw them all away. My mom was a little upset that she was missing towels, but oh, that was bad. That was one of my shit. Aside from sharding myself, I think that's
gross.
It was nasty.
I peed in a place like at a person's room before, but I didn't feel guilty about it. Weirdly,
I peed the bed
while
I was drunk.
It was kind of funny too because it was like the first time I drank. I'm pretty sure, and we were at my sister's boyfriend's dad's weird condo on some lake or something.
Stepsister's grandma.
It was dope though. But I had our own room, me and my girlfriend at the time, and then in the middle of the night, this is her recollection of it because I don't remember any of it. I just stood up and started peeing in the corner of the room, and then so she wakes up hearing it, turns on the light. She's like, "What are you doing, Nick? Why are you peeing in there?" I'm like, and I guess is what I said. I was like, "Bitch, trouble heads, I'm peeing."
Dude, that's so funny. I have a buddy. Actually, this buddy as well. That's his go-to. That's his MO.
Yeah.
After drinking
Peeing in places.
Yeah. Sometimes the laundry, like the hamper. He'll lift the lid to the hamper and just take a piss.
God, how drunk do you have to be to do that kind of shit?
Well, I don't think you even know what you're doing, dude.
Yeah,
you don't even know what you're doing.
Gone.
You're
gone.
You're correlating you're imitating the same motions of lifting, the bathroom lid up, the toilet seat up.
That's true. Yeah.
That's the laundry. It's like you don't fucking know what you're doing, dude.
That's
so,
true.
so yeah, we have a buddy that's
Notorious
his
for that.
MO. Yeah, I've done it. I've wet the bed just because you have one of those dreams where you're swimming in a river or something, and you just hear the water go in, and ooh, baby, it's warm.
I've never done that before, actually.
Pee the bed
Or had a wet dream.
I've never had a wet dream.
I wish. That sounds amazing.
I know.
I've only woken up feeling like I'm close to coming.
Yeah, you never
I've been
come.
in the
You
middle
never
of
come,
sex or
yeah.
something. I'm like,
sure.
oh, I wake up now?
You know why, though? It's because I think we started masturbating too early in our lives.
I was 14.
That's a little early.
Is it really?
Yeah?
No, it's not.
I don't know.
How old were you?
Like 12. So I'm thinking you deprive you.
Do you think that you and me have ever been masturbating at the exact same time in different places without knowing it? You should start asking your friends that. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. If we
that's a good connection there.
That
yeah.
is. Like, were you jerking off last night?
Hey,
like 8 p.m.
Thursday.
I felt this weird. Like I saw my blinds kind of like the wind shimmered a little bit. And
I just felt the tingle. The hairs on the back of my neck stood up.
I bet you Pete's jerking off right now.
You just popped into my mind like, wow. So it was like deja vu when you know what you're doing there, you know? So maybe, dude, maybe.
And then
June
coming
23rd.
at the same time.
Oh, wow.
That's like some
You gotta have to share.
Shit.
Yeah, you have to share that. It's
You'd
in an
have-
aura.
That's a really
or
strong bond with somebody. I feel like if you have a best friend, if you really connect, like how girls have their periods at the same time.
Yeah.
That's exactly
what
the
it-
same
yeah, it
thing
is.
because
No, for
guys
sure.
masturbate as much as girls have
Yeah,
periods.
yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So obviously,
Well, slightly more.
we're on the same cycle. So it's like when the moon kind of
Yeah.
eclipses us, and I'm like, dude, I'm feeling.
Oof. Is a banana in my pants or what, boy?
It's a plantain.
Damn, that's props, dude. Plantains are bigger than bananas. So.
Oh, that was smaller.
No, I think plantains are bigger.
What's the small bananas?
Oh, teeny banana. It's a baby banana.
It's a baby banana.
It's a little tiny baby banana.
There's nothing here, nothing to see here.
Oh, I gotta piss so bad, man.
Yeah, well, we did enough time. That was sad, funny, good, and we ended on a high note, I guess, because we were high near the end.
High
That was.
note. And cheers to that silver lining you were trying to chase, man. I like that. I like the optimistic point of view that you're getting.
We all should. I think we should all find a thing that makes you at least pretend to be.
Yeah.
Open that
door, dude.
Open it up.
Open
Let that third eye sing.
Let that third eye blink, baby. You know what I'm saying? Let it shudder a bit.
Now catch me outside after 8, okay?
Oh, boy.
See what you gonna do.
You want to catch me outside after 8?
You know that joke that TPing people when toilet paper is on low supply? Now TPing past curfew. I feel like I'm fucking 13 again in the 90s, baby.
I'm just
TPing at 13.
Did you TP? I never
TP'd that shit. That was all I did.
Oh.
Misfits were my MO.
I smashed
I've done
pumpkins.
so much shit.
I smashed pumpkins. That was a Halloween tradition.
That's a dumb
for
one.
a couple years.
You're a punk ass kid, dude. Don't do that.
You're fucking throwing toilet paper in people's yards. I'm just smashing
the
their
night
pumpkin.
before
They're
rains. The
rotten.
night before rains, doggy. Okay.
Yeah, where are we going? Desert Ridge?
No, Amazon.
Oh, Amazon.
Yeah, we coming for you, Bezos.
Ooh, Bezos, you better watch out, motherfucker.
You better watch yourself.
2 lunatic rioters and looters are going to come up to your building there and evade the cameras by wearing masks.
Hell yeah. Don't feed the Ayanaki. Don't feed into it.
All right. Anyway, we love you, folks, and thanks for listening. Always thanks for listening. And you know what, dude?
Amor y Paz.
Thanks for doing this.
Thank you for doing this.
And
Amor y Paz.
That sounds like a Catholic priest.